if you don't even blink your eye at the price and just tell them what a great deal it is, then most people don't, especially if they're into the oils, they don't even bat an eye. So anyone else? Who else is promoting?
You know, one thing I did was my son Nick has one in his room, and he wanted to make a video because he's all about making videos, and he did one. So now the way I promote it is, look how easy even a kid can use it. So I posted one like that in the past, and he was all about it. So people are like, "Oh, how cute, your son!" So I just remembered that, so I gotta send that video out this month to help me. So.
They sell way better than we do, right?
Right? Yeah.
So I did want to share something tonight. I know we were talking about just doing a, Q&A, which I think is great if people have questions. But if you don't have questions, we can make it something to help you with your business. So does anybody have any other questions about transition or anything? Or want to share tips that you're doing that's helping you be successful? I posted I think I did it in our group page about what was it called? Just having an open house. Oh my gosh, my brain is fried. Out with the old and with the new.
First glance.
Thank you, Bonnie. Last chance, first glance. Did I post it in the group page?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So for some of you that haven't ever done one of those, sorry, they can be super beneficial in just having more contact with your customers. The more contacts, the better, right? And so sending out, you could do a Facebook Evite, you could do actual handwritten invitations, but just doing something to get them to your house. Or even if you want to do it at like a park or something, you could definitely do it somewhere neutral. You don't have to do it at your house. But that's something that I have failed to do every transition. Last fall, I didn't do one. I think I did one in the spring last year. So I'm determined to do one this month. So hold me to it, please, because I need to do it. So I wanted to share a little something from leadership. Mel Robbins, she's my favorite. How many of you have heard of her, love her? Yeah, she's amazing. So if you don't know her, if you haven't heard of her, go look her up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere, and like her and follow her and get notifications from her posts, because she has some very powerful messages and just motivating things. She even has a website, melrobbins.com. And she even has a little YouTube video. I'll have to post it, talking about being productive and getting things done. Because I know that when you wake up, you may think, okay, I need to do these couple things, but some people have like a list of 1,000 things to do, right? Like, I need to do this. And so then you're just like, forget it. I'm not doing any of it because I am so tired of even just thinking of that list, right? So she talks about picking like the most important things. Okay, groceries. Okay, I have to buy groceries because we have to eat. So that's number one, right? I need a little personal time, so I'm going to go to the gym or whatever. I need to do a power hour today with my Scentsy business, so that's number 3. And then you could add more if you want, but she recommends doing 3. So at leadership, I have like 1,000 amazing quotes. So if you have a pen, grab a pen, because there's some great things. She focused on the power of a decision. So just making a decision, what you're going to do and how that can impact your day, your life, your business, your personal life, and everything about it. So she said, you can't control what happens to you. You can't control how you feel, but you can control your decision, right? So there's things that happen to us, like maybe you get in a car accident. You can't control that potentially if it wasn't your fault. You can't control it, right? If you're the fault, then you could have controlled that. And you can't control how you feel, right? Because you may have gotten hurt or you're just sad or it just ruined your day, right? Because you've got somewhere to go, you've got places to be, but you really can't control your decision of how you move forward. Am I going to be a honorary person to the person that hit me, or am I going to show grace and kindness, right? So she mentioned this quote, every phase of your life requires a different you. So each phase of our life, different things are happening right now than were happening a year ago for me even. And every phase requires a different you. So maybe like Kelly, she's homeschooling now. So her world is like upside down versus someone that has their kids in school, or like she used to have her kids in school, right? So every phase, maybe you're like Mona and you just got married, right? And it's a whole new world, right? Or you're going back to school, or you've just started a new job in addition to Cincy, or maybe you got laid off. You know, every phase is going to be different. So she said, success, happiness, joy is found based on your decision. So those are powerful things. Success, happiness, joy. It's based on your decision. And she posed the question, who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? How do you want to be in your life? So she said the decision starts with, or it starts with one decision. It starts with you deciding what you're going to do, and then using that 5-second rule to act on those things you want to do, right? I need to go grocery shopping. Okay, so what do I have to do to prepare to go grocery shopping? Okay, the first thing in my system of grocery shopping is, what are we having for dinner? Or what do we have for breakfast or lunch if it's over the weekend, right? And I make a list. Okay, we're going to have pot stickers. We're going to have curry chicken. We're going to have Hawaiian haystacks. We're going to have, we're going to go out to eat this week because it's Avery's birthday. So you list the meals that you're going to have, and then you have to divvy that up, right? You have to go, okay, what do I need for curry chicken? Okay, I need some chicken. I need some curry. I need some, like all the ingredients that are on your ingredient list. You have to make a list of those. And then I have to go through the pantry. It's kind of daunting, right? But once you get in the routine of it, you go through the pantry, you check what you have, look in the fridge, what do I have, what don't I have, and then make your list from there. But it starts with you. You have to make that decision to do it. Because if you're not going to go grocery shopping, then who's going to go grocery shopping, right? If you're not going to sell some wax today, who's going to sell it? No one's going to do it for you. You may have some referrals that come in and out, but those are very few and far between, right? Obviously, we want more, but reality is you have to do something in order to get success or results. So decision equals action. Okay, you make a decision and you have to act. She said, trust your instinct. So whatever you instinctively, you start thinking, oh, I need to do this. Trust that instinct. If you get a thought that comes to your mind that you need to call someone in your team, or you need to call a customer, or maybe even a friend, trust your instinct to pick up the phone and call them, or by their house, drop something off at their house, or whatever the case may be, right? Your action can make a huge difference. And she does the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, right? So that's one of her methods that she uses in motivating you to act. She says, count down from 5 and then just start doing it, right? So my monthly newsletter that I send out to you guys is one of my daunting tasks that I, over the summer, I fail at it because life is just crazy busy, but I shouldn't, but it happens every now and then. But it's one of those things that I have to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and sit down, take 2 hours and just do it. Once I'm done, I feel so good. I'm like, sweet, that was great. I'm so glad I did that, right? And getting emails back from people or thank yous or shout outs or whatever. It's very rewarding to do that and to get it done. So then she goes into talking about confidence. She says it's not a personality trait. She says it is a skill. It happens when you trust your instinct and act. I thought that was very powerful because I always thought confidence was a personality trait, right? Like they're just a confident person. They got their stuff together. They're really just outgoing and very involved or whatever the case is, right? But she said, no, that's not the case. It's a skill. It's something you learn. So leads me to think about, okay, us in our business, when it's your first party, are you very confident? Not very confident, right? Like you're usually, oh, I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure about that. Let me ask, right? And you're very vulnerable in that situation. But in turn, it builds your confidence because you were acting, you were selling the products, you were doing what you should have been doing. And so your confidence gets built. So fast forward 5 years. How many of you have been with Scentsy for 5 years or more? Quite a few. Are you pretty confident in your products at a home party? You feel like you can sell Scentsy like you can sleep? Yeah. You all should be nodding your head yes, because I know you can. So that came with time, right? It was a skill that you learned that helped you become confident. And that goes with anything really in business and in life even too. I'm not the best cook. I burn my burgers when I make hamburgers. Maybe the rice is a little hard sometimes. I'm not the best cook. And my family can attest to that because they complain almost every night. Why are you having this? What is this? This is gross. But I don't care. I'm like, I'm doing this and you're going to eat it. And I'm confident. I'm going to own that I burnt the hamburgers. Don't have to apologize. Don't make me feel bad. Like, I don't care. It's okay. I burnt the hamburgers. I know. Right. But you have to, with time, you become more confident and you can own those mistakes that you make, or even own the things that you may not know more positively than maybe when you first started cooking, right? Or first started selling Scentsy. So she says, confidence comes when you push yourself, when you speak up, when you walk towards someone. I thought that was powerful. When you walk towards someone, your confidence, right? Tomorrow, when you're out and about or you're at work or whatever you're doing, I want you to try and walk towards someone and look at them, stand up straight, look at them, have a little confidence and just say, hey, I hope you're having a great day or whatever. Okay. I want you to do something that helps you build your confidence just in you personally. I was at the grocery store tonight, taking Ryder to the Ready Clinic, and we were done. We were going to the car. And there was this tall, big, burly guy walking in, and I started running with the cart because Ryder was on it, just to have fun. And he was like, that looks like fun. And I was like, yeah, it is. And he said, oh, I hope you have a great night. So he was just super nice. I didn't plan on saying something to him, right? Because I'm busy trying to entertain my kid. But I could tell he was a confident man. Like, he just was happy with life, and it makes a big difference. And even when you're kind of in a rut maybe, or feeling down, it's even good to practice those skills so that you can build yourself up. So she said, you can do this, you can be confident, and you can teach others to do it as well, because that's an important skill to learn in life. Your children, your family, your Scentsy family. Again, she pushes, listen to your instinct, those things that come to your mind. When people feel appreciated, you make a huge impact. Then she goes into productivity versus progress. So in order to be productive, you have to do less to have more. Let me say that again. In order to be productive, you have to do less to have more. So what do you do in your business that you are super busy with? So one thing I can think of is buying things that I need for my business, right? I need them, right? Of course, transition time, there are those needs, but a lot of times I find myself at Office Max or even on the Scentsy Family Store or at Target, just like, oh, what could I get that would be great for my business? Okay, is that super productive? No, it's not. My time would be way better spent if I picked up the phone and called someone, or if I texted someone, or if I shared a message with someone, doing something that was way better time productive to make more progress, right? So you have to focus on the things that matter. shopping and buying all these little things, do they really matter? Do the super cute paper clips that I have really matter? No, they don't matter, right? You need to spend less time being busy and more time being productive and making progress. Which you think about it, you think, okay, how can I have less time being busy? What are some things that you guys do that you feel like, oh, this is just busy work? You can unmute yourself. What are things that make you feel busy?
So for me, and it can be productive, but I find that making samples, it keeps me busy. But then I waste my time, and then I have no more time left to go hand them out.
Yeah, definitely.
Or the same thing with opportunity packets, you know, I have opportunity packets.
Because those are definitely, how could you work around that? Because those are definitely important things to do. Is there a more productive way to do it?
Well, now I have my kids do my samples, and they do all my labeling and all that stuff, right? So then that way it doesn't take my time in the office, and then when I'm out, then they're already ready, because I still have to get that done. But I just now have free labor.
Yeah, that's great. So I had Evka and Avery, my daughters, and they had a couple friends over one day, and I had a bag that I had used the crinkle cutter and cut up all these samples just in a big Ziploc bag. And I was like, man, I need to get these bagged and labeled and stapled with my business card. They were in the living room watching TV, and I was like, you girls want a job? Let's make an assembly line. And it took them a couple hours, and I paid them. I was like, here, do this real quick. If you guys watch TV, I'll pay you to watch TV and staple, right? They were all about it, and they got it done super fast. So that's great. Working smarter, not harder, right? I like that. Anybody else have any other examples?
Sorry, I just kind of joined, so I'm listening to you guys.
Awesome.
You know.
Okay, so she said, what was her last part? So the last thing, she kind of closed with this. Fear of being judged. We all have that fear of being judged, right? Versus your decision, your dreams, essentially. So your dreams versus the fear of being judged is something that's real, right? You have these dreams that you want to do, but you're going to be judged by people. But your decision on how you get to those dreams that you have is going to be the thing that makes the difference. And she said it starts with you loving you. You have to love yourself in what you're doing to be able to give anything to anybody. And in looking at your team, you have to, anybody that you have, even customers, you build their belief and help them be better people, right? She said, love them. And then she closed it with, know your gap to your goal. So here's your goal that you have. What's it going to take you to get there? Where are you at right now? And where do you want to be? And what are some major key factors that would help you get to that goal? So knowing that is going to be really important. Writing that down, you know, say, I want to become a director. Okay. Well, I'm a star consultant right now, and director is this, right? So you can write down, I have to do 500 PRV. I have to have team volume of 10,000. I have to have 3 active frontline. Okay, well, I only have 2 active frontline as a star consultant. We're doing 3,000 every month. We get on sales because maybe they have a couple people under them. But what's lacking is your recruiting, right? You need to have 3 active frontline. So you have to branch out, and you have to start having those joint conversations with people to help. Those are steps along in the gap between where you're at and where you want to go. And so if you write that down, because the point of every time I've read or looked into goals, like setting goals, and people hate that word goal, right? It's like one of those, don't give me that word. I don't want that goal. I don't want that word. Here it was January and we set a goal and it's February, and some of us are like, oh, I screwed that one up, right? a month in and I'm out. So instead of saying, well, you have to say goal, but you have to write it down. You have to have intent of what you're going to do. I have this list on my, oh, I hope I can take it off without ripping my desk. I have this list of people that I'm working with in my team and in my group in helping them reach some of their goals. But I had to write it down. I'm not going to show you the list, but here it is. But I wrote it down so that I could visually, every day I can see this and say, okay, have I have I reached out to these people? Have I made connections with them? Have I talked to them? Have I checked in with them? Have I, just check and balancing all these different things that we could be doing to help them grow their business. And it makes a huge difference. So Mel Robbins, she's amazing. I saw a video. Oh, I'm going to find it because I loved it. There was she had done an interview and they made a meme on YouTube and put it on YouTube of her. And it was just a short, 10-minute blurb of the interview that she had done. And just listening to her makes me want to get up and do something. She just has this passion and fire in her that makes you want to go and do something because you're listening to this super motivational, inspiring person, that it makes me want to go and be better and to do better and to be good and to love more and to be a better leader in my business and in my family and in every aspect. So I'm going to find that link and I'm going to post it on our group Facebook page. So make sure you look at that. Oh, Veronica, yes, it has to be a realistic goal. That's so true. It can't be so far out of reach because then you may not achieve it for a couple years or maybe even 4 years, right? Start with baby steps, little goals, but write them down. Write them down. That's really important.
Something that, if I can just chime in real quick.
Yeah.
Something that I found that's worked for me because I tend to have these goals and I wake up in the morning and I'm excited and I'm ready to go and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then it's like I sit down and I start working and then, okay, well, it's time for me to start school with the kids. And now I'm having another kid here too. So there's 3 of us now. And I don't have as much flexibility as I used to, just my 2. Yeah. And so I get interrupted. So then by the end of the day, I feel like I've accomplished nothing. So I've made a very conscious effort to every single day before I walk out of my office, I do at least 30 minutes of just straight, very productive work. And I tell you what, it's better than me trying to squeeze in a little bit here and a little bit there. I find that if I'm just very concentrated for 30 minutes, I'm more productive now than I was before I was homeschooling.
Okay, so what are some things that you're doing during your 30 minutes of focused, productive work time? Give us a few things that you do.
So like tonight, I made a video on the diffusers. I posted that on my page. And then I also made a video for my Facebook parties. And I've started messaging like how you posted today, the little challenge. So I've started messaging people about trying to join and about booking parties. And I have a diffuser sitting in my cart right now that somebody ordered today and it's not enough for a party. So my goal is to get it to a party tonight because I need to close that order. So just very productive, very intentional things about booking parties, getting orders, things that are going to bring me income.
Productive things, right?
Yep.
That's a key word, right?
Because it's funny, I tell the kids the same thing. They want to do the stuff that's easy first to get it out of the way. And they know it's easy, so it's whatever. But I always force them to do the hard stuff, the stuff they don't want to do first. Because then if there's extra time, the easy stuff just follows. So, I mean, it's the same thing with our business. I'm exhausted. Did I want to do a live video tonight? No. But I sucked it up because I know it can yield good results, so I did that before I even hopped on here because I knew after I got off here it was just going to be
you were going to be tired and ready for bed.
Yeah, exactly. So I forced myself to do it. I 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bam, gone.
That's good. I love it. Anybody else
say something?
Yeah.
Hi guys, my name is Marie. I guess this new year, these past couple of months, I've been very overwhelmed and not finding the time to do what I want to do. I have so many things that I want to do with my business, customers, with my team, and time just goes by so fast. And it's so right what you said. I mean, the less you do, the more you do. And Vero was very helpful with me one day, kind of letting me vent. But it's true. And so now, like, you know, at the afternoons, I'm very busy. But during lunch, I have an hour that instead of eat, well, I'll eat. But, you know, one day on Mondays, I'll contact my customers. Tuesdays, you know, I'll see. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I kind of schedule to do just deliveries. Wednesdays, it's all about my team. I'm connected with my team every day, or I try to, but Wednesdays, it's like I'm there almost all day long on my messenger group. But it's a time that I could give them that they can rely on me. And then Fridays is I try to get basket parties or any home parties that I get to do. But for me, I'm focusing on organizing myself, because once you're lost, you're not consistent with customers. You lose customers, you lose your team members because they feel like you're ignoring them or you don't have time for them. And it's hard to juggle everything at once, but if we have that goal, you have to say it, you need that goal, you know, writing it down, and what is your next step, you know, little by little we'll get there, you know. It took me a couple of years to be director, and I barely made it, but I'm there, you know, and there's always something new to learn with your team and with your business. So,
I love that.
So my goal this year is to be more organized.
Good. I love the system that you have in place. Like on Monday, you're going to contact your customers. On Tuesdays, you're going to, you know, do this every day.
Deliver.
That makes.
And it's an hour a day. It's, you know, I may not have like the big numbers or PRV but I'm always connected. I'm working my business, you know, and it kept me involved in my business for 5 years.
Yeah, that's great. The consistency you'll find is going to pay off in the long run, being consistent about it. And I think that goes with her quote, spend less time being busy, right? And more time being productive and making progress. All those busy little things that we do, it's not really it's going to be helpful, but there could be a better way going about it to get it done. But spend more time being productive, making those phone calls, picking up basket parties, dropping them off, reaching out to new customers, because there's so many people that this fall that I ran into that no longer have consultants, or people that have never even heard of Scentsy. And I'm like, I've been doing this for 10 years and I've never ran into you. Like, that just shows that there's so many people that need to meet you because they need Scentsy in their life, right?
Right.
For sure. I love that. Thanks, Marie. All right. Anybody else? Okay. Well, did someone, Veronica, go?
On Tuesdays, I try to get myself to like something.
I can't hear you very much. Sorry.
Okay. What about now?
That's a little better.
Okay. So on Tuesdays, I try to like listen to a training call just because it just motivates me to learn more. So today, I can't remember who it was that did it, but the main message she wanted us to get was to get off Facebook. She's like, guys, Facebook like consumes so much of our time. And it does, because once you start, like I can sit there for like an hour and I'm like, oh crap, like it's already been an hour and I'm just scrolling and reading nonsense really and taking quizzes, and you know, it's just a waste of time. And so that was the main thing she said, is get off of Facebook. And like, I think that's what a lot of us need to do, really. I know me personally is just get off Facebook and use that time for my business or for my team or anything else but Facebook, because it's just sucks the time out of us, you know? And then at the end of the day, you're like, what did I do? And you're like, oh, well, I know that my best match was from 1987, some song that I don't even know because I took some stupid quiz that led me to another quiz. And so I had to laugh because I think she really directed that whole training towards me.
Oh, stop it.
And, you know, like, I was like, oh my God, I just needed to hear that today. It was crazy. And I just needed to share that because I know I'm not the only one that's guilty of sitting on your phone on
For
Facebook.
sure.
And we could have done something else, you know? So
Yeah.
I needed to share that.
I think that Facebook is great for many different reasons, right? For the connecting with customers, for connecting with us as a group, because we do a lot of stuff on Facebook and sharing ideas. And there are like 5 Facebook groups that I go to every day, and that is it. I made a list of them, and those are the ones that I go to. And if there's something pops up or I think, oh, I need to go look for this, I go and I look for it. But there's 5 Facebook groups that I check every day, and it's consistent. It's our group page, it's my team page, it's this leadership group we have going on, the Superstar Director page, and randomly the director page, depending on the time of season, I guess, if you will. But that's it. So make a list of like 5 Facebook groups that you're connected with. You're going to have your personal profile that you're sharing your business stuff with, or you might have a Facebook page that you're doing your business stuff with that you need to be on regularly. But be intentional with the time that you spend on it, because it is great in many different aspects, right? But once you start scrolling through that news feed, there's just so much junk, like just so much stuff that, is it really worth your time? Is that being intentional with your time and doing what you should be doing versus what you, I mean, every now and then, I mean, I do it, I'm guilty. But on days that I do, I don't get anything done. I have made no progress on any of the things that I wanted to do. And so, like Veronica said, you just got to shut it down sometimes and just go do something else. It makes a huge difference for sure.
On that same note too, I used to be bad about it. I'm not anymore. But I know I for sure have downline that have expressed that they are bad about this. So they'll go to the groups, for example, like the sample making consultant group, right? And they'll see all these great ideas that they want to do. And so they have this idea like they go to the store and they're like, oh, and I need this, and I need this, and I need this. And then either they never get around to doing all of them, or they do them and then they never hand them out. So my advice on that, on the groups and stuff, is to get an idea that you love, stick with it, implement it, and own it before you move on to doing everything. There's so much out there that you'll never get to do everything that you want to do. So just find something that works for you and stick with it until you want to get the next.
And see if it works. Because I made washer whiff samples last year and I handed them out to everybody. I mailed them to every customer that ordered online. And I can't tell you one person that purchased them from me from that. Not one. So was that effective? Probably not. So am I doing it? No, I'm not wasting my money or my time making those samples anymore because it wasn't effective. So you have to kind of evaluate what you're doing, and you have to give it a length of time, like Kelly said, like give it time to work out and to see if something comes of it. And if it does, great. If not, then do something different. You'll find something different. Like the Bring Back My Bar flyers, I mailed those out to all my customers like the middle of January. All the customers that had ordered, I've got like a list of like 90 customers that are regular good customers, right? My VIP customers. And I mailed them all the Bring Back My Bar list. I put a little thank you for being such a great customer. And I probably had 15 people order on my website just from doing that. So I know okay, it was super easy to do. I mailed them in these cute little, I think I did a video about it, didn't I?
Was that the fluorescent envelopes?
Yeah, they were these colored envelopes. I got one back in the mail this week. But it was super simple, super easy, wasn't very expensive to mail, but it was effective because I got people ordering on my website. So that's something that, okay, that worked. So I need to keep doing that for sure. Veronica, we're going to add something.
I was just gonna say that sometimes I tell my team, like, just because it didn't work for me doesn't mean that it may not work for them. Because I know, like, samples for me is my thing. Like, I just pick one day a month and I make my samples, and I have a bucket like right by where I put my purse. So every day I grab a handful, and my goal is to get rid of those before I get back home. And that helps, because it helps, number one, to talk to people, and then I talk to them. Once I get started, I can talk to them about hosting a party, about joining. And so it kind of, everything ties in together, and it's all because of making those wax samples. You know what I mean? But I know some people that are like, oh no, I pass out wax samples and nobody ever calls me. So, I mean, that works for me. It doesn't mean that it works for anybody else. But I know, like, the wash don't work for me either. I make the samples. But I know there's one girl on my team that she makes a killing off of selling washer whips, and she makes samples and she gives them to everybody. And and it works for her. So it's just, I guess you're right. We have to just try different things, see what works for us, and then stick to it. If it works, like, why reevaluate the wheel, like they say,
Right.
Just stick to that one thing.
Yeah,
Because if not, we're just making our life more complicated.
definitely, for sure. All right. Well, thank you all for getting on. It's just 9:15 already. Man, that goes by fast. So fast. Thanks for getting on and sharing your input. As always, if you have questions or anything, you can message us, your director or myself, or you can post it on our Facebook page, because someone else might have the same question. You never know. But thanks for getting on, and we will reconvene next month. Let me look at the date real quick while I have you on here, so you can make sure you have it in your calendar. It's the first Tuesday of the month. Sorry, my calendar is pulling up now. So it'll be on the 7th again. So Tuesday the 7th at 8:30. It'll be the same link. I'll post it again like I did yesterday. So thanks for getting on. Thanks for all you do. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your 10% off month. Yay!